Look, you have been an inspiration to so many. Let me just start there. And
thank you.
Just really proud of you, and I think what you do, you help so many people. Right? Especially coming from where you come from. Right? More conservative kind of upbringing, you know?
Yeah.
How are you holding up? I mean, after even now, just facing the hate and the bigotry at your own shows, they come to your show and then you start talking about, can we just talk about that for a minute?
Well, I don't really look at it as hate. I just look at it as like they don't understand. Because I came from that culture, so it's like I knew because it's like I feared myself, right? So that's why I'm like, well, I think I know how to talk about it, and I'm not always perfectly, but because I was afraid of myself, so it got to a point where I'm like, oh, I've got to not like myself because I was conditioned. So I'm like, well, if I could hate myself for the same thing that I was taught to,
it's easy for them to hate you.
I don't think they hate me, otherwise they wouldn't have paid to come see my show. But I think they're just like, oh no, he's talking about something we're not supposed to hear, you know? Because that was how I was. I'm like,
is that going to prevent you from talking about it at future shows, or
no? No, because and that's why I like posted something and I was like, you know, this is not. I'm not going to apologize for what I said because I didn't say anything disrespectful, didn't say anything inappropriate. And if this makes you uncomfortable, you know, I want you to think about why it's making you uncomfortable. Because
But let's take it a step further. The Senate just passed a gay marriage law. It's going to go to Biden's desk. He's going to sign it, right? How do you feel about that?
I feel really good. I think that's very hopeful to see that the majority of the Senate voted for that. And I think that shows the progress that is being made in just as our culture, in our society here in this country.
And a bunch of Republicans voted for it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I was very happy about that. You know, coming from Utah and, you know, majority Republicans, all of the Congress people in the state of Utah voted for marriage equality. And I think that was a huge plus.
But the church,
everyone voted against.
The Mormon church doesn't. Are they there yet, or are they? I don't know.
I feel like
I should know that.
They have to have the uncomfortable conversations still
internally,
and that's what I've been trying to do with them. Like,
and you left the church.
I've essentially like taken a step away from the church, but I still talk to the leaders because I know them. I'm friends with them. I've done so much for the church. I've known them for over a decade. And so I went in just like a week or two ago to talk to them again, finally, and they were just, you know, they said, you know, we've never had these conversations with gay people before. And I was like, well, it's overdue, and it's crucial and vital. This conversation has to happen. And the church leader I was talking to specifically, he's like, this isn't going to go away, is it? I'm like, no. So it's only fair to try and help educate people. Not everyone's ready for that. Not everyone wants it. But at least I'm going to do my best where I can, where I'm standing, and in the position I have to be the voice for so many people who haven't had that voice. So,
do you worry about going to some of those places that are more closed-minded? You know, I don't want to name off any specific states, but you know what I'm talking about. You know, it's easy to come and perform, you being you in Los Angeles, right? No big deal, right? But there are some places where maybe not so easy.
Yeah, small towns. Like the one I did a couple nights ago where like a few dozen people walked out. It was a tiny town in the middle of nowhere in Utah, like a farm town. And some of the people at the meet and greet were saying, we've never had a singer come before. So it was like a shock to them. I mean, just the concert itself was a shock to them. And so to then talk about these things that, you know, they've always been like told, like, this is a political agenda. That's what I heard a lot. It's uncomfortable. It made me nervous. Like I was nervous. I felt the tension in the room, which made me talk a little longer than I should have probably. Because I've had a faith crisis, doing Christmas shows about Christmas themed stuff has been really difficult for me to get into. I'm like, oh, like, why am I doing this? And, you know, my team thought it would be good for me to face and confront and just to reinvent that whole time of season, because I've done 2 Christmas albums. So I'm like, the way that I can come to peace with this Christmas time is by talking about my journey. The reason I talk about it is because I've heard so many people say it quietly.
You have to talk about
it. You know, DMs and like coming up to me, or like even some of my own friends. So I'm like, I have to talk about my journey, even though it's like awkward. It's like a touchy subject. But I have to say it on behalf of everyone else going through the same thing, who don't have the same platform I do, who don't have people listening to what they're saying the way I do. You know, I don't talk a whole lot about my relationships, but I've been dating, and it's been a wonderful addition to my life.
Great.
To be able to get to know guys, to date them.
Yeah.
And it has been really lovely.
Good.
I wasn't in a relationship. I broke up not too long ago, but
So you're single now?
I wouldn't say that either.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
so-
whatever. Anyway, live your life.
Not too
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
It's like maybe several months ago.
Yeah.
But, you know, getting to know someone, and it's been going well.
Yeah. Listen, I'm proud to know you, you know, and just really, you know, and just,
Sam, right?
Yeah, yeah. So just, you know, look, keep up the good work, fight the good fight, and, you know, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Thank you, Sam.
All right?